What's up, fire signs? It is August 11th, Friday, August 11th. Excuse me. Um, this is your Paper Talks Career and Finance reading for August. So, the overall energy was dressed to impress. I feel like a lot of you may be interviewing this month. For some of you, and I'll take that as a confirmation, that notification as a confirmation. For some of you, you may be purchasing new clothes. You may be getting your wardrobe together, or this is a sign that maybe you need to watch your spending when it comes to like clothes and accessories. Um, or be mindful of what you do purchase, or be mindful of your purchases. But for the majority of you, I would say, um, give me 1 second, you guys. Okay, all right, and we back right. And I'll take that notification for what I'm about to say. But for most of you, it is signifying that you need to look your best when you go on an interview, because I feel like many of you will be getting whatever job this is on the spot. Um, I also feel like if it's not on the spot, um, how you look will add to your total package, if that makes sense. So, um, I'm hearing you fit the bill. But yeah, I definitely feel like a lot of you are going to be getting a job offer, going on interviews. For some of you, you'll be going on dates too, if that makes sense. I don't know how that has to do with your career and finances, but it might have something to do with it. Not my business, but y'all know what that means. Um, but I feel like whatever position this is, you are growing. Um, for some of you, your business literally has to do with fashion. For others of you, it may have to do with something more virtual, like cryptocurrency. But I do feel like you are headed in the right direction. For some of you, your industry may be very competitive, but I don't feel like that's something that you need to worry about. Or there may be a lot of competition surrounding this particular position. For some of you, this is a promotion that you would like to attain for yourself within a company. For some of you, it's outside of the company that you currently work for, but that's okay. I don't feel like there's anything to worry about. Even with the competition, I feel like you have this in the bag. Don't worry about it. For those of you who are worried, um, even if this is like an entry level position, I do feel like you're going to still receive like some level of assurance and insurance within the position that you'll have. Um, I also feel like if you're concerned about maybe health insurance, I do feel like this will be something that will be offered. For some of you, this job may require a background check. Um, for some of you, I will say you may have to pay for it, so be mindful of that. Especially like if you're currently unemployed or low on income, or both. For some of you, this position may be working with children, could be working with a daycare, working at a daycare. Um, for some of you, you could want to open your own daycare or a school. For some of you, you may want to send your own child or children to a better school, but maybe are picking up a second job, or maybe even a third job. Um, or changing your position, changing jobs, or even for some of you, career so that you can afford. I'm hearing this new lifestyle and possibly this new school. For some of y'all, this is college. Whether it's putting yourself through college or putting an actual child or like helping to put a niece or nephew through school. Um, for some of you, your loan or their loans were denied, which is why um, they or you may need help. Make sure this month too, because for some of you this month the loan could be denied. Um, Make sure you're watching your spending. For those of you, and I don't know why this is popping up, but I'm gonna say it. But for those of you who are wanting to purchase a home, or who are in the process of purchasing a home, this is not the time to use your credit cards. This is not the time to go and get a new credit card. This is not the time to buy a new car. This is not the time to get anything new. Sit on that money. I know it's a lot. I know you don't plan on using it all. I know you saved up a lot. And I know it's your money and you can choose to use it how you want to. But fire signs, y'all have a tendency of being very impulsive when it comes to things. Even if you do get denied for something, whether it's a job, a loan, whatever, don't be so quick to give up on either that position, that role, that company, even. Try again. Try again. Yes, you may have to go back to the drawing board, but try again. Also, make sure, like I said, or started to say before, I don't know if I ever got a chance to get it out, but make sure you're watching your spending in August. I feel like some of you may end up working overtime because you're overspending. Um, that could be your kryptonite right now is shopping, or that is your kryptonite overall is shopping. You like nice things. For some of you, your significant other or your family are used to nice things or you having nice things too. So you may be trying to keep up a certain appearance. Um, Stop trying to keep up this appearance, especially if it's detrimental to you. Like for some of y'all, y'all might be so for like this. Spirit is getting somebody's ass right now. They coming for your jugular. Like for somebody, it's like your light bill or whatever, like whatever bills that you have out, but they're showing me it's like a light bill or something. You have that on like a payment plan, like a low income payment plan or something like that, but you're trying to go out and buy name brand shoes or a handbag or a shirt or something like that. Like you are trying to do something that you don't need to be doing right now, that I'm hearing is outside of your budget or living above your means. And yeah, it's like for you because you like these things, but it's not even for you. It's literally for other people. I'm hearing show off. You're trying to show off, and you're trying to show off for the wrong and to the wrong people. Like for some of you, I'm hearing that you're trying to show off for people that don't even pay attention to you. So stop. Like I'm hearing somebody screaming like that, or they don't even matter. So y'all put that energy where it's supposed to go. But for some of you, you may be working overtime because you may have gotten a negative performance evaluation, or you usually have a positive performance evaluation and one is coming up soon, and you're trying to make sure that you maintain that. For others of you, you know that changes are coming in your life, or you're looking for changes to come along in your life right now. For some of you, you may be negotiating certain terms right now, especially when it involves unexpected income, or some of you may have unexpected income coming towards you, possibly to get you out of some debt, or you may be negotiating a debt. For some of you, you may want to go on vacation, but you can't afford it in August. Um, and the deadline to pay for it may be coming up soon. For some of you, this may be a group trip that you thought you would be able to afford, like maybe in the beginning or earlier part of the year or even last year. You may have agreed to this and now you can't go. Um, for some of you, you may be able to still go, but you may have to get very creative with um, your finances, I'll say. For some of you, you will be robbing Peter to pay Paul. Um, for others of you who are entrepreneurs, there may be a deadline coming up for you when it comes to like some type of funding, a grant, something like that. For others of you, there is a deadline coming when it comes to accepting an offer for a job. And someone will be following up with you soon, but you may be indecisive even still when you speak to these people. Make sure that you don't miss out on this opportunity because I definitely feel like you could. Some of you may have Libra in your chart somewhere, whether you know it or not. Um, and this reading may resonate with you, whether you have fire in your um, sun, moon, rising, south or north node. Um, for some of you, it's in your Mercury. For others of you, it's in your Jupiter. Um, for some of you, I'm hearing in your Saturn. So that may be specific, and I heard Aries when I heard that. For some of you, you have an Aries Saturn and an Aries Sun. For some of you, I'm getting Leo and Aries vibes when it comes to this creativity vibe. Some of you may be Leo, some of you may be Aries, and you need to jump into a space where you're being more creative. Um, for some of you, your creativity is is how you're going to become an entrepreneur, or I don't know how to put it, y'all, but basically like you're going to be a creative entrepreneur. um I don't know if you're an artist, a musician, if you're a graphic designer, um fashion stylist, barber, um beautician, we used to call them hairstylists or hairdressers. Um, shit, beautician is older than that, but um, some of you could be in hospitality as well. Others of you could be in like property management. Some of you could be in music management, or you could be in music in some way, whether it's in the forefront or it's behind the scenes. Others of you could be in film or TV again, whether it's in front of the camera or behind the scenes. Um, for some of you, you are literally the person who builds the sets. But I get this sense that someone is going to be reborn or be born in August. Shout out to the Leos. Happy birthday, Leos. Um, but I feel like some of you may even launch your business this month. For some of you, it's a retail store. For some of you, you've opened this store because you wanted to retire from the industry you were previously in, which is why you became an entrepreneur. You possibly saved up the money to become an entrepreneur to open this store. For some of you saved the money to possibly go on a shopping spree. Um, And let me just say too, I don't feel like you have gray hair. Like you might got a couple of them, but I don't feel like you're as old as this gentleman here is. Um, for some of you, I'm gonna be quite honest. I'm picking up an energy, and I know this is a wide age gap, but I'm picking up on people who are anywhere between their 20s and their 40s, and I would say early to mid 40s. Um, I don't feel like you too old. You're still youthful. Um, but I definitely feel like this was a huge decision for you. Now, for some of you, if this is a retail store of your own, you may be over this weekend. I just heard maybe interviewing people. For some of you, you may be still in the process of building it and getting the space together. For some of you, this is definitely, and I was just about to say brick and mortar. And look, he's carrying cinder blocks of bricks. Um, for some of you, you're physically purchasing things for this space, whether it's a hair salon, um, barbershop. For some of you, you're a carpenter or a woodworker, and you finally found a place. Um, for others of you, I get this is more like man caves. Like you might specialize in constructing man caves, like construction, carpentry, things like that. Residential construction. Like, and some of y'all feel like you're completely changing gears. Like your responsibilities are going to be completely different moving forward. Like especially from August forward. Um, for some of you, your benefits bill may be due. Make sure you pay that this month, especially if you have a tendency to forget it. I feel like someone in the family, even possibly you, could get injured, so you'll need to pay that bill. For others of you, like I said before, you'll finally be getting a job where you do have these benefits available to you. Um, for some of you, and I haven't seen the card come out yet, but for some of you, you may be actually budgeting um, and seeing where, like, especially if you don't have insurance already, you may be seeing where you can actually include benefits in and still afford everything. Um, for some of you, like I said before, this is a job that finally offers benefits and things like that. Before you may not have been working a job that offered benefits. It may have had other benefits, but not all of the ones that you may have needed or were looking for when you initially took it. Yes, it pays the bills, but it still may put you at a loss at the end of the day. For some of you, you may be experiencing a job loss, or you may be leaving a job intentionally um, this month or moving into September. For some of y'all, I kind of get like it may be around the cusp of um, Virgo Leo season. And I say, to me, I know people usually give it that 1 or 2 days, but I say anywhere between the 22nd of August and the 26th or 27th of August, you can probably look for this energy. Um, a bill may be due around that time. Make sure you don't forget about that. For others of you, if you have been seeking a loan or have put in an application for a loan, I feel like maybe between now and that time, that loan is going to be approved. And I do feel like it is a business loan for some of you, for you to open a business, especially if it's brick and mortar, or for others of you, is so that you can have your business where you work from home. It may be that you needed new computers, things like that, to run your business from home. For some of you, your business that you'll be doing is credit repair. You may be selling this service. For some of you, you have just left a toxic work environment. For others of you, you are currently working within a toxic loan environment that could have something to do with loan approval, entrepreneurship, selling, credit repair. This job is a job that you could even be working from home, but it's still a toxic work environment. So again, you may be changing companies. For some of you, it may not even be that you lost your job. It's just you left that motherfucker because of this. For some of you, I'm hearing a manager possibly may not have trained you well enough. For others of you, you are going to be going through training um, in the month of August and possibly heading into September as well. For some of you, this may be training that you travel to do. If you live out west, you may be going out east for this travel, or vice versa. If you live up north, you may be going down south. Um, Even if you live in the south, you may be going further south. Um, for others of you, I feel like your actual work environment may be physically making you sick, and it's possibly due to that the fact that you weren't trained properly in a particular area. Um, for some of you, you may end up with a windfall of money due to the fact that you could have gotten ill on the job or injured on the job due to improper training. And I feel like somebody is going to be paying off a debt with you. For others of you, I feel like you'll be paying off your own debts and possibly buying new assets. For others of you, you'll be paying off a debt when it comes to a new asset that you may have recently purchased within the last, I'd say, year to maybe 5 or 10 years. So I feel like it could be a car or a house. For others of you, it literally could be a business. Maybe it was your actual brick and mortar business. You're finally getting the deed to it. For others of you, like I said before, you may be on the job hunt, and for some of you, you are the employer who is looking for employees. For some of you, you are definitely in a space where you're multitasking. You may be balancing home and work life right now. For some of you, you have a new baby or a small child in the home that you may have to work with a lot. For some of you, I'm hearing that you may have a special needs child within the home. For others of you, you may be budgeting due to the fact that you may be having a new child coming into your home, whether it is a child you birthed, are fostering, adopting, or maybe you have relatives who need to come live with you and they have a small child or have children. Um, that need to be cared for, and family is family, we help each other. So you may be budgeting this part of your family or these children into your own personal budget outside of the budget that their parent or parents may have. For some of you, these are your children, these are your grandchildren coming back home to stay with you, um, or you're going to stay with your parent or grandparent because you may need help with your children. For some of you, and my condolences, you may have lost a significant other recently, which is why you may need this extra help. For some of you, I'm hearing that it may have been sudden. Um, for some of you, you may have a sudden medical expense, and I feel like it's a personal medical expense, like for yourself. So be mindful of that. Feeling like make sure you're watching your gut health and what you eat with this, what you're consuming, what you're drinking. Make sure you're intaking water. For some of you, you may have something going on with your throat, specifically your esophagus or your vocal cords. For others of you, it could be something in regards to your breathing um, or your lungs. For some of you, it has nothing to do with for first before I move forward off the medical. For some of you, you have anxiety, um, depression. Um, some of you may be undiagnosed like bipolar disorder. I feel like that may come out soon or be diagnosed soon. Um, but it may be unexpected. For some of you, I heard autism or ADHD as well, and for some of you, also schizophrenia. Um, for some of you, this unexpected expense may come on your actual payday, so I definitely feel like you'll be able to um, pay it off, pay for it, whatever it is. For others of you, again, like I said, you're going to experience some unexpected windfall. For some of you, this could be surrounding a medical malpractice. Um, that could be being investigated right now with micromanage. For some of you, you need to micromanage your damn money. You need to be budgeting again. We're going back to that budgeting energy and looking for sales, especially when it comes to your clothes, even if they're name brand clothes. If you are a label hoe and you have to have name brand on your ass, just make sure you are getting the sales. It is nothing wrong with taking your ass to TJ Maxx or Marshalls or Burlington, even if it's the luxury TJ Maxx though. And get your life and manage your money right. Because I'm hearing somebody's ancestors say, we're not going to keep blessing you if you keep fumbling the blessing. Yeah, this is definitely energy for an entrepreneur. Um, or they're, or you're definitely going to become an entrepreneur this month. For some of you, you are a mentor to an entrepreneur. You'll be gaining a mentor um, to help you with your business. You'll be getting a business mentor. For some of you, you'll be getting a business partner. For others of you, this mentor or you as the mentor will be helping your student, or you'll be helped as the student, as the mentee rather. Um, to For some of you, I'm hearing look deeper with background check and creativity. Look deeper into yourself. What more can you pull out? For some of you, your um, mentor may ask more of you to be more authentic. For some of you, you've been masking for a nice majority of your life. Um, yeah, so this receipts card came up on top of this multitasking card, and I feel like many of you have been wearing a facade for years, and now it's time to show the world the real you, not um, the pieces of different people that you've collected to make up the facade that you wear, but no, you. It's time to be more authentic. It's time to be more of yourself. Um, it's time to get creative in how to bring that out. You may need to go a little bit deeper into yourself. More introspection is needed, possibly even to figure out what type of business you may want to start, which is possibly why you're bringing on this business mentor. And for some of you, even a life coach, or this person doubles as both. But they're going to ask you for this receipts. Show me who you really are. They want to see who you really are, um, not who other people really are, but who are you. Um, I'm getting Alice in Wonderland, where Absalom, who is the caterpillar, asked her, um, "Who are you?" And she says, "I'm Alice." He says, "Yes, but who are you?" So, who are you, fire signs? Away from, for some of you, I'm hearing away from all of your bling and all of your name brands. Who are you? If spirit was to take that away from you today, who would you be? Would you collapse and would you completely lose sight of yourself and who the divine created you to divinely be without that? Because when you were born, you did not have that in the womb. You did not come out of the womb with a Louis Vuitton suitcase. You feel me? And you didn't have an Hermes umbilical cord. You didn't. You didn't. You ain't have Fendi toenail on either. For some of y'all need to smoke cleanse. Got the Palo Santo going. You can find it in my Amazon storefront. Um, some of y'all need to cord cut as well. You might have people around you who may be a little bit childish and who may be intimidated by your ideas or what you think. For some of you with interview, I'm hearing you need to interview yourself. You need to sit down with yourself and talk to yourself, get to know yourself. Ask yourself your name. Ask yourself, what do you like? What are your favorite colors? Um, I know it may seem like it's not important. It may seem very childish to be sitting down doing this, but I definitely feel like many of you need to get to know yourself all over again so that the world can get to know you. For many of you, I also feel like you're being pushed into this space on purpose because this may be a level of shadow work. Look, and growth wanted to jump out, so I'm gonna pull it out. But I definitely feel like this is highly beneficial to you, and I do feel like this will be highly beneficial to you and your career overall because, um, for one, you're going to really truly know your worth enough to ask for what you are worth, especially if you are not an entrepreneur and you are still within the corporate workforce. And even for those of you who are entrepreneurs, you're going to know how to better ask for um, command, demand, what you are worth. I'm hearing you're not going to allow people to continue to cheat you. Yeah, and then look, payday just flew out. So yeah, you're not gonna keep letting people over cheat your worth in August. That may be a huge lesson. Also, for many of you, make sure that when payday comes, that you don't spend so much that is gone in the same breath or in the same day. Um, for some of you, make sure you're considerate, especially if you have a significant other that usually foots the bill for like your wants and desires, not necessarily your needs, but those are covered too. Um, 3322. As I said that, but be mindful of them, be considerate of them, because they may be working overtime to provide this for you. 3333, as I just said that. Um, Especially if it may include a vacation or you've been asking for a vacation, this person has been saving up for it. Make sure you're grateful for whatever they provide, um, or you are able to provide. And if you feel like it's not good enough, make sure you put something in on it. Then you feel me. But ultimately, I feel like overall, a lot of fire signs need to be show a lot more gratitude not only to themselves but their significant others and the divine. Try not to micromanage other people and be a bitch or an asshole. But make sure you stay on top of your stuff or on top of what you need to stay on top of. 3421, as I said that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, confirmation. Again, make sure that you are accessing your creativity, and make sure that you are pushing through and growing through the changes that you need to push through and grow through, because they are going to happen. And for many of you, I feel like the momentum in your life, the energy surrounding your life is building and has built up until this point and is still going. So 35, I mean 3455, and then 3456 may be significant. So 3456. And I'll take that as confirmation as well to what I'm saying. You're going through a metamorphosis. A lot of us are going through a metamorphosis, but in August, you may be going through a metamorphosis of a different sort. For some of you, you are an entrepreneur, but you may be going back to work soon. So, um, yeah, just just be mindful of that. Be open to the new job offers. Be open to the new things coming your way and new people as well. But that is the energy I have for you, fire signs. You guys have a great August. If you need to book a personal career and finance reading with me, I am available for those. Please send me a message on Instagram at Sun Moon and Roots, or you can send me an email at hoodoo prayers and tarot at gmail.com. That is my time. I thank you for yours. Peace, fire signs.